Okay, off we go. Nope. Oh. It's a tad bit icy, but we should still run in DSC off because we are absolutely crazy. And then just a disclaimer, just because you drive in DSC off doesn't mean you're going to be hammering it at like 9 temps all the time. You could just be driving it at 3 temps, but any opportunity you might get where it is a tiny bit safe to give it a squeeze and get a little bit of correction on, just do it, because it just kind of, it doesn't improve you as a driver, but it kind of just lets you know what you're driving. It lets you know that you have to be in control of this car, and it just turns everything off and gives you full control. But I digress. Let's get an intro going. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. I've got a lot of energy this morning, a lot of energy. I've had a very nice breakfast, so big shout out to the wifey for the Cocoa Pops and milk. Obviously he's got to add milk, he's not going to have it dry. So some people add water depending on their financial circumstances, but don't worry about that, each to their own. But yeah, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about a rather tasty, rather ludicrously tasty topic. But before I get onto that topic, let's just catch up with the M240 itself. This M240 is now stage 2, running a VSRF Sports Cat, so shout out to Williams Performance for that. It is also running BM3 and XHP, so make sure you check out the fine coding for that as well. But yeah, guys, today the M240 is in a very good position compared to where the 140 was. And my last car prior to this, those of you that are new to the channel, you would know that it was the BMW M2, and that is a full fat M car. Even though it hasn't got an S engine, it's still classed as an M car. So now, if there is an engine that isn't an S, but it's being classed as an M car, why can't an M car have a B? So I'm not trying to cause any ripples in like the universe or the multiverse, but I'm not saying that this is an M car, by no means. But BMW have stuck a badge on all of the M cars, including the M140, M240, M135, M235. So my issue is on Facebook, and I try to stay off Facebook quite a lot because there tends to be even more warriors than you can find on Game of Thrones on Facebook. And as soon as somebody pipes up saying loving my new M240, I'm just like, wow, just call it a 240. I'm like, mate, BMW put the M there, I didn't. Which then begs the question, why did BMW put an M there? And then you'd look at the other brands and you'd think, Audi are very clear with what is an M car and what is a RS car and what isn't. They've got the TTS and the TTRS, and the RS is saved for the more higher powered cars, and the S lesser powered, and then the standards just don't get a letter on there. So sorry about that. But Mercedes have got the A35 AMG. That is what they call it. They didn't call it the G or the A35G. These guys are meant to ride right in the center of the road. I'm not sure how safe this new law is. I think Boris must have kind of Boris must have just decided that while he was on the old whiskey, while he was on the old baby sham. But for me, Mercedes are doing it, and I think it is a marketing ploy. That is my initial, I don't know, my initial feelings towards it all. I think it's a marketing ploy. I think it's a bit of marketing that BMW and loads of probably more manufacturers are doing to kind of appease the people that want full fat M car, but they don't want the M tax on the parts, and maybe they can't stretch to it. So it's not something that I feel people should be providing hate towards, because at the end of the day, it's not an M2. This is not an M2. Even though it starts off M2, there are other letters after it. And if you think about it, the 1M, is that an M car? Yes, but it's just the M was the wrong side of the number. And either way, that didn't have a S engine in. I'm quite sure it didn't. I think it had an N54, if I want to believe. So it's a hard one. What does classify a BMW as an M car? Does it mean the suspension needs to be M? Because you could easily swap that over, and if you swap it over, does it become an M? Silly question, but I don't know. I just feel like there is so much hate. I'm gonna actually go this way because that lorry is going to cause delays wherever I go. Whoa. Oh, upshift early. Oh Lord. Oh, surprise. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. You need some new plates, mate. You can't be having GB logo, mate. Brexit and that. But while we're on the topic of number plates, guys, before I forget, I've got to say a big shout out to today's sponsor, which is Your Car Reg. If you're looking for anything, whether it's flat plates, 3D, 4D, gel plates, make sure you hit them up. I guarantee you will not find a better price, better quality, and in terms of dispatch times, before you blink, your plates will be through the letterbox. They won't be on the car, you got to fit them yourself. But everything you need to fit them yourself comes with the package. Everything's fully over the top quality, and I wouldn't recommend anyone else. So make sure you go and check them out. That's at Your Car Reg on Instagram, and they'll sort you out. Make sure you mention the code TWHD as well, and you'll get a few monies knocked off the price. Let's get straight back into the DriveCast. This car is definitely in need for an alignment, so I'm going to be getting that sorted when I pop up to Williams Performance. But guys, talk to me down into a 40. Talk to me. The B58, let's just cast the M badge aside now. Are we in agreement that the B58 is worthy enough to be an M engine? So I know it's a little side quest or side mission that we're going on here, but in my opinion, the B58 is better than an N55. Hands down. That's my opinion anyway. In terms of, I don't know, technology that's involved in building the engine, in terms of efficiency, in terms of power per pound, I think the B58 is a better engine. We all know the M55 sounds better. I've owned an M2, so I know that's a definite fact. But is it worthy? Because at the end of the day, they stuck an M55 in an M2 OG, or with a few differences obviously, but I don't know, I just feel like this engine, the B58, definitely deserves to be an M car. And guys, this DriveCast, the most fascinating part about it has to be the comment section. So anything you don't agree with or disagree with, make sure you get like, drop a comment and like let me know what you guys. I'm just watching out for potholes here because this road is torrid. But yeah, guys, make sure you interact in the comment section, because I want to have a few good debates here, because I honestly feel that the B58 is an engine that most people would probably agree with deserves to be in an M car. Why they didn't, I don't know. Maybe everything's got to be twin turbo instead of twin scroll. I'm not too sure, but in my honest opinion, are you gonna wait? Because I can't see you nosediving and being on the brakes here. Oh, is the splitter gone? No, just about made it. Oh, just about made it. So yeah, that's my honest opinion. I believe the B58 is a worthy M car engine, but why they stuck it in this and not, I don't know, the new M2, I don't know. I'm really curious as well to see what engine is going to be in this new M2, because everyone is saying that the new M2, and this is like the new G series M2, I'm not sure if it's the G22, everyone is saying that the new M2 might have a B58 Gen 2 in, with obviously a few more horsepower or what you do. Okay, cool, that's fine. Lovely. So it's not really a question, but rather a fact, and hopefully my good friend Rick is listening. We had a conversation, and I stuck something up on Instagram, so make sure you follow me on Instagram as Tim Williams HD, and I stuck up a question midweek, and I said, why the hate, or have you experienced hate? And there was loads of people that mentioned yes, they had experienced hate from having an M Lite compared to an M2, and no one goes around saying, look at my M car. We all admit this is an M Lite because it's a lighter version of a full fat hardcore M car. But apparently, and Rick's gonna probably just be biting his nails here, Rick said I'm joking, Rick's mate said, and this mate actually works for BMW, that this car, the M Lite, that all of the M Lites were actually built in the same factory as the full fat M car. So apparently there's two factories. Your 118, your 220Ds, your standard BMWs are built in one factory, and then there's the M Power division, and they have a section within that division, that warehouse or whatever you want to call it, where they just do all of the M Lites. So the M Lites are actually built in the same factory. Whether that makes too much of a difference, I'm not too sure. But the biggest thing for me is the fact that it's a subdivision, which shows that, sure, a lot of the parts on this car you probably find on a 218, but the fact that it's built in that division could mean that it's getting closer and closer and closer to the real thing. Because even my good friend Nick Fox, he mentioned something recently when I was talking about his Z4, and he said that the Z4 is faster around the Nürburgring than the BMW M2, and that car is a beast. So for that to happen, surely we must be getting closer. And I've yet to drive any of the new M240s or any of the new BMWs for that matter, but apparently an M-Lite, which is, for example, the new M240, is better than the outgoing M2. I'm not sure about the competition, and the people I have spoke to have said there's a vast difference between the M2 and the M2 competition in terms of handling. Even I know power, of course, but in terms of handling, that just bodes well, and that's very good news for M-Lite owners or people that prefer buying into an M-Lite than an M car. It's getting closer, and that for me just shows that BMW know what they're doing, but at this point now, do they really? Because if they are going to be making it closer and closer and closer, are people actually going to be willing to spend the extra money for a full fat M car when they could go ahead and have, I don't know, their usual bits and bobs and enjoy a car without paying M tax? That is the question. So guys, this is a very short conversation, but the conversation nonetheless that I feel we must address, because like I said, the hate towards the M-Lites, it's just crazy. Like, you sell your M car and get an M-Lite, you're literally like, I don't know, you're on the most wanted list on Facebook. It's okay to do what you want to do. That's something people really need to remember. It's okay to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's your money, it's your life, so don't go pleasing anyone. But if you are gonna put stuff up on there like I do, you've got to expect it. You've got to have your big boy pants on. Don't be going buying a Calvin Klein extra tight, because they're no good. What you want to do is go out there and get a big pair of Slazengers from Sports Direct, extra large, and stick them on, because those are the big boy pants and those are for the big boy leagues. So that's the best advice I can give you, and hopefully I haven't made you feel sick imagining me wearing XXL shorts in Hurghada in Egypt. So yes guys, I'm going to end the video here. I need to go back there, Harlow Town Football Club. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing, I'm not going to sign any contracts, don't worry guys. But yeah, I will chat to you guys very shortly. I hope you're having a great Sunday, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.